Hey guys, CBrinley Artistry here, and I am here to bring you another tutorial on how to paint a resin Labradorite. Now, to start off, I just used some holographic wrapping paper that I got at Hobby Lobby, and I kind of laid it out flat so that way I could measure just how much I was going to need. Now, for this canvas, I decided that I was going to use a pizza pan that I got from Dollar Tree. It works out really well and gives me a nice deep pour. So I put that under the paper, and then I came in with another pan and I just kind of set that on top of it and pressed it in so that it gave me this nice indentation and lines that I could follow in the paper, so that I could just come in and cut out that inner circle to be the nice flat background for this piece. Now, once I got that cut out and measured so that I saw that it wasn't bunching up at the edges or anything but was completely covering the back, I came in with some clear nail polish, and I actually decided to use that as the glue because it dries quicker than regular glue, and I was going to try out some designs on the pan with this glue, or nail polish rather, and see if it would have any kind of effect on the paper. So I went ahead and I used the whole bottle for this, and then I just made sure to really get those edges. And I came in and I laid the paper down nice and flat, starting from one end to the other, and really making sure that I pressed down on all the edges and pressed down on the middle as well to get that design that I had put down kind of on the paper. And then I tried to push out some excess nail polish so it wasn't so deep under there. And then I came in with a flat edge and really made sure to push everything out and get it nice and flat. And it actually produced this crazy effect that I was not expecting whatsoever. So I came in with a mixture of Floetrol and paint, which is basically just 10 parts Floetrol to 1 part paint. That way it's super thin, it moves around real easy, and it dries sort of transparent, which is what I was going for. And you can do as much of this or as little of this as you want. I just really like it because it provides these amazing streaks with the paintbrush on the flat parts that provide like these kind of lines that I can't really achieve by manually putting the lines in the resin like I usually do. So I really like it for that. And then also, as I'm spreading it around and moving it and going different directions with it, it starts to gather up in certain places and provide these dark little spots that I really like because it almost helps with like this ombre effect in the painting. And so that way it also helps provide like this guideline for me for where I want like my deepest lines to go or my darkest colors to go. So it's just really a nice reference and gives it really this nice natural texture that I really love working with. Now, after I had gotten all that down, I came in with some transparent pigmented resin, and I just kind of laid it down in an order of like kind of how I wanted to see the colors go. Now, for this one, I personally just put the dark blue on some of the darkest spots in this piece, and then I came in with a nice ghost blue and outlined at each side of this blue. And once I had gotten that down, I even came in with this really nice opaque green color, but you really actually can't see it. It was a little too transparent. But then we go on to making the lines after that resin is cured, and I just use like a nice pointed knife, and I kind of just went with the flow on this one. But do be careful. You can use whatever kind of sharp object you like. I just like using this knife because it gives me a lot of control. and I can really make nice designs with it. Once I had gotten the lines down, I came back in with my mixture and I kind of just painted the whole thing. Now what this does is it gets nice and deep into those lines, and because this is the first layer, it is pretty thin, and so it does get into the paper, which gives it like this nice like soaked in effect, which I love because it almost looks like black water in the rock, and I really love that. Now, the background ended up being a little bit too dark for my liking, so I just came in with a wet wipe and I kind of wiped it away. And this is great because then you can leave in spots that give it like this natural, like dark spotting in the stone. So you can decide how much or how little to leave on. Once I had gotten the look I was going for, I laid down another clear resin coat, and after that cured, I came in for a second layer of lines. And with this layer, I just wanted the lines to be consistently going one direction, so I kind of just went with the flow all the way throughout the piece on this layer. And I once again came in and painted the lines with the black paint, just so it gives it like this nice deep texture. Now to make sure the lines really stood out, I came in again with another layer and I just kind of bunched up the paint on there and blobbed a lot of it out, but left some to give it like this nice natural look. I went ahead and I painted the rim black before I put down a clear coat for this next layer. And for the lines on this layer, I'm going to do a lot of tiny little striations kind of close together and on top of each other and form this little design with the lines. I also ended up coming back in to some of the darker lines and just re-going over that with the knife to make sure that it gets this nice deep layering each layer, so that you can tell like there's this one consistent line that is super deep. And I again repeated the process of painting it in with the black paint mixture and then wiping it away with some nice little texture that it creates. So for my fourth layer of lines, I decided that I wanted to go super deep and super just really strong on this last layer. So I made sure to go over the lines a bunch of times and really make sure that they really got in there, and then I even came in at some points and tried to angle the knife a little bit in the resin as I cut down, so that way it provided like this nice deep line look. I then repeated my process of painting in the lines for the last time and wiping it away so that it was clean, so that it gives it this nice natural look. Now it ended up looking like tree branches, but I actually really like that look about it. And here is the finished piece. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I hope I helped teach you some new techniques or inspired you to try something new. And if it has, please, please, please tag me at CBrinley_artistry on Insta, and I will feature you on my story. And I would love to see your work. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time.